Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Alan, and you're watching an episode of the Morlog Morning Digest. As always, I ask that you guys please like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, but most importantly, I ask that you guys please share the content and help this message grow. I also ask that you guys check out the description below. It has a link to my Patreon as well as my Cash App and a link to my backup channel over on BitChute. I have all the hardware issues figured out for my computer, and regularly scheduled broadcasting will be happening. You'll be getting a video, at least one every morning, and I'm going to be doing live streams on a regular basis. Today, I want to talk about the nature of becoming enlightened and waking up, and how even though you as a person are going to grow and be more fulfilled, you have to be aware that the reality you find yourself in is not going to cooperate with you, okay? And it's inherently by design not going to cooperate with you. And the reason being is because the more enlightened you become as a human being, right, spiritually, the higher your frequency raises, right? And the reality that we find ourselves in operates on a much lower frequency than is naturally emitted by the human body, by the soul, whatever you want to call it. If you are enlightened, you will operate at a much higher frequency than the reality you find yourselves in. And you can bear witness to this via the Schumann resonance. I've brought this up a million times. But I know that I'm not the only one here that feels this. But the more and more you become in tune to what's actually going on around you, does it not seem that the world around you starts to fight you, starts to become adversarial in everything that you do? And I'm not talking about just the blatant censorship that goes on platforms like YouTube. I'm not talking about when you voice certain opinions, right, that your family might ostracize you. It goes much, much deeper than that. It almost seems as though everything around you starts operating on a level that makes your life more difficult than it has to be, where things that are out of your control start to go wrong and influence your life in a means that seems as though it's trying to derail the path that you are on. And this is exactly what is happening to you. Okay? Now, a lot of people don't think that this happens, but it does. Okay? There's no way around it. I've experienced it in my life, and the more and more I wake up, the more and more I am aware of it. The more and more the NPCs in the world definitely come after you. There is no doubt about that at all. Whether it be a minor confrontation in a store over something stupid, whether it be road rage, everything in this reality will try to bring you down to a lower frequency, i.e., make you mad, i.e., make you paranoid, make you start second-guessing yourself. Now, the best thing I have to combat this is to trust no thought, okay? There's one thing you have to understand. Thinking is your enemy, because you as a human being, right, were given the ability to have intuition, all right? And 9 times out of 10, your gut is going to tell you the right path to take. Very seldomly, if you are operating at a very high frequency, will your gut lead you wrong. It's not until your frequency gets brought down that your intuition starts leading you down the wrong path. But a lot of people that are enlightened are too into their heads. They think way too much. And I'm telling you right now, thinking is the devil's tool. All right? Think about it like this. How many times have you wanted to ask somebody out, right? Whether you be male or female, if you want to engage somebody and you start second-guessing yourself instead of just going over there and saying whatever your gut wants you to say. Because if you listen to your gut, you're going to be right. Okay, chances are it's going to work out for you, and if it doesn't work out for you, it wasn't meant to begin with. It's not until you start getting in your own head and start thinking that the devil can operate through your thoughts, whether it be convincing you that if you do this, a certain outcome will happen when in fact it probably won't, or you convince yourself not to do something because you're scared, because you're afraid of the outcome, instead of just letting faith lead the way, and whatever will happen, will happen. Thinking is the devil's tool. Think no thought. Try not to. And if you do, recognize that it is a thought, right? And this may sound anti-intuitive, right? But it's not. It 100% isn't, because the most trouble I have ever gotten myself into in life is when I started overthinking things, okay? And the times that I just YOLO'd it, right, and did what came naturally to me, those are normally the times that things benefit me the most. Now, there's a reason, as I've said, that the world around you operates in this manner, and that is how they've managed to lull 99.9% of the population into servitude. And that is because it is easier to let the world around you dictate your destiny and your fate than for you to operate on a different frequency and make your own destiny, which is ultimately what you have to do in this world, because the more of us that fight against this frequency and make our own destinies come true, the higher and higher the frequency of the world around us will rise. And that is exactly what we are witnessing right now in 2020, okay? And it all culminates on December 14th. Now, I don't want to get into all the astrological events taking place, the eclipses, the meteor showers, the biblical events. There's a bunch of stuff happening all on December 15th, and it all correlates to the Great Tribulation, to the Great Reset. Now, they don't want you to understand what's actually happening here, okay? Because, like I said, things happen on a cycle. And whoever has the most frequency, the higher, whoever can manipulate the frequency of the world the most is who comes out on top in these resets. So if there's more of us operating on a higher frequency than there are operating on a lower frequency, the reality around us will realign to the majority of those who have the same frequency. So if you have a lower frequency, right, they're operating on an inherently evil basis, all right? Evil is low frequency, all right? Good is high frequency. It's the easiest way for me to explain it. So if there's more evil in the world when these great cycles reset, right, it's going to dictate the resonance of the reality around us until the next reset. We are seeing people wake up and operate on higher frequencies all around us on a day-to-day basis, all right? There's parallels, all right? For example, you see all of these people raging about these lockdowns worldwide. People are waking up. That is people operating at a higher frequency. They are fighting the reality around them, even though they know that it's an uphill struggle. And that right there is going to raise the frequency of everything, all right? Now, the key is that we remain faithful through these tribulations. Because if we allow reality to manipulate our frequency through paranoia, through thought, through fear, which is the biggest tool that they have to lower your frequency, the easier time they're going to have moving forward. And we're actually at a point right now where we could regain control of things, even though I'm not too hopeful that that's going to happen. Okay? This video might seem a little convoluted, right? But this is a topic that I've been thinking about quite a bit, and I really wanted to make sure that I put it out there for people to hear and try to absorb. Right? Trust none of your thoughts at all, okay? Go with your gut intuition over everything, and understand that the world and reality around you is going to try to fight you tooth and nail when it comes to making yourself a better person, when it comes to making the world around you a better place. And that is by design, all right? We lost control of this reality a long, long time ago. And regaining control of it is why we were put here, 100%. God bless. Have a great day. Take care of you and yours. It is all you have. And I will see you soon.